Welcome to the CCC News Podcast. I'm your host, Cole Goodwin. Today we'll be talking to Anita Crown and Carrie Dell from Columbia Basin Care. Anita is the HR Director at Columbia Basin Care, and Carrie is a CNA CMA. Between the two of them, they have over a decade of experience in the healthcare field. Columbia Basin has served the Columbia Gorge for over 50 years as the only independent, nonprofit nursing facility in the region. They provide both short-stay rehabilitation and long-term care, and are the only facility with its own geriatric nurse practitioner that works with their medical team to ensure professional, comprehensive care. Their mission is to improve the lives of those they serve.
Yes.
Today, they're going to talk to us a bit about their work, what it's like to have a career in healthcare, and how Columbia Basin is going above and beyond to create healthcare career opportunities with scholarships and free nursing classes for students and more. Anita, Carrie, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
So, just for our listeners, tell us a bit about yourself, the work you do at Columbia Basin, and why it's important to you to do this work. Why did you get started doing this? You know, how did you fall into this? I mean,
I can go first.
All right, Carrie, go ahead. Tell us.
Well, honestly, when my mom did this work when I was growing up, and it was something I thought I would never be able to do because I watched the hard work that my mom would come home and just be exhausted. But in this area where we live, there really wasn't anything full-time, so that's how I just slipped in. But caring for my residents and the love and relationship you get back from them is payment in itself. So that's why I continue daily doing what we do.
Yeah, really about building those relationships, like the care part of healthcare.
Yeah, and during these times, like sometimes family is so busy, they don't have time to visit regularly. So just being there to give them the little touch on the shoulder or encouragement they need or that smile daily is wonderful.
We are the family that they rely on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some of them don't remember our names, but they remember like our face or like, oh, I kind of know that person. So it's nice being their person.
Can you also break down for me? So I know CNA, that's certified nurse practitioner, certified nurse.
Certified nursing assistant.
Certified nursing assistant. What's a CMA?
It's a certified medication assistant, so I do the medications and follow the orders of their doctors and how to they've been prescribed to give to the residents, just to make sure they get their daily doses of happiness and healthiness.
Yeah, cool. Mm-hmm. And I'm assuming that's like a different certification, so it's like a whole different set of classes.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. And for you, Anita, you're the HR director. So tell me a little bit about what got you interested in healthcare HR specifically. What got you involved in that?
So I've been doing HR for 25 years. This is the first time I've ever hit a medical facility before, and it is very impactful. We get to see what we see people start as babies. So now we're just on the other spectrum of it. And it's nice to help these people, as Carrie said, that don't have others coming in to see them on a regular basis.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about what services Columbia Basin provides to its residents in terms of long-term and short-term care?
Daily assistance, getting you up and ready for the day. If you have fractures or anything, we'll help get you dressed and ready in your chairs, your showering, your laundry, the meals, we get you to and from your meals. They have activities. Daily, the appointments, music come in and put on for the residents. There's so much I can't think right now.
We do have a salon in our building.
Yes.
Mm. Yeah, I see it. You seem very busy in your newsletters. You seem to have a lot of fun events for your residents, and
even on dress-up days, our residents dress up, and we've twin days. We can have a resident and a employee twins. It's fun.
Yeah, that's super
Keep
fun.
them involved.
Yes.
Can you speak to how having that relationship with residents and creating a fun environment and helps keep people healthy?
just the smiles and the laughter. Laughter's the best medicine. I always get complained about because I've got the loudest laugh ever.
Best laugh in the building.
I'll wake everybody up, but no, just laughing with the residents, getting everybody in a group setting. And I just have to use this as an example. We have Spanish speaking residents and other residents that don't understand that language, but you will see them communicate in a way that they understand and they're interacting and laughing and having fun. And that is what it's all about. And it's just wonderful.
I want to talk about something that's been going around in the news recently. And this is that, since the COVID-19 pandemic, the healthcare industry across the nation has really been struggling with staffing retention. I follow a lot of TikToks where I see nurses talking about just horrific situations of being understaffed, and the ongoing shortage of nurses and healthcare providers. Can you speak to some of those challenges and how, if any of those challenges are currently facing Columbia Basin?
So first off, you're incredible. You speak so well. Actually, the pandemic has definitely had a significant impact on census and staffing levels across healthcare facilities, including us. So that's all of them throughout the gorge. Despite these challenges, we've been incredibly fortunate to have a dedicated core team of employees who remain steadfast with Columbia Basin. In times of need, we've been able to supplement our team with agency staff, ensuring that our facility always has the necessary support to meet the needs of our residents.
Thank you so much. That is a really thorough answer. Thank you.
And I think that when we happen to be short-staffed, it's kind of brought us closer as a team, with the CNAs and CMAs kind of working hand in hand, kind of knowing each other's kind of rhythm, that you always have those people to back up. Like if I need that person for an assistance or something, people you can fall back on and work well as a team. So we've come closer as well.
So for you, Carrie, you're on the staffing side.
Mm-hmm.
What's your experience been like through the pandemic and into now? I mean, how has it been, especially being with Columbia Basin? How have they managed to kind of address this?
Well, the pandemic was something else. It was definitely really challenging. Columbia Basin was there for us hand in hand, took us through a lot of emotions, personal things through other employees, residents, and families. We saw the upsides and downsides of so many different situations. And I think now, since the pandemic has lifted, it's a total different world. I see things a little less stressful on some of us. It's just a different kind of stress or a different kind of situation now.
Yeah, definitely no job is without its stress or its staffing.
Yeah, but the pandemic definitely did come with really short staff. We lost a lot of people, but now we have more coming in and more people open to helping since they've seen a lot of passings during the COVID and what it did. So I feel like a lot more people have stepped up to try and help with that situation.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
That's really good to hear. And for you, Anita, on the staffing side, you're probably aware of what the current openings are at Columbia Basin. How are you at now? It sounds like staffing levels have kind of returned, but do you still have openings?
Absolutely. I feel like in this line of work, there's always a CNA opening, or everybody in the medical field has an opportunity everywhere. So we currently have RN openings, that's registered nurse, LPN, a licensed practical nurse. We have CNA openings, so that's our certified nursing assistants. We also have a treatment nurse opening available part-time. Housekeeping, laundry, dietary, we have need for everything.
Yeah, cool.
So not just necessarily the people working, changing the residents, it's all of the supplemental departments too.
So to our listeners, if you're interested in any of those positions, I'm sure Columbia Basin would love to hear from you.
We sure would.
Yes.
So what are some of the ways you're trying to fill those staffing gaps? Like, I've heard Columbia Basin offers a lot of like free trainings and or scholarships and various professional development opportunities. But I want for our listeners, if you can talk to those a little bit and some of the ways you're working to maintain staffing in this competitive healthcare environment.
So Columbia Basin offers every benefit available as far as the basics. So we're talking medical, dental, vision, life insurance. The facility also offers a $10,000 life insurance policy that we pay for you. We have a discounted rate at a health club here in the Dalles. We offer an HSA of $3,000 a year. The facility also offers free meals for the staff.
That would get me.
And we do have good food. Holiday celebrations, we do various events during the summertime. We try to have like a monthly event for all of the staff. So lots of fun.
So I'm wondering if you can tell us a little bit about these classes and scholarships you offer at Columbia Basin. How are these jumping on points for a career in healthcare? And what does that path look like for those who are interested in?
That is a good question. So when we put people through a class, we put them through something called the nursing assistant class. These classes are just 5 weeks. Then we get you trained, working at the facility, and preparing you to go and take your test. Once you get tested through the state, and we see your license posted through OSBN, then you get an increase. We can start you working full-time as soon as you finish the class. And from there, when opportunities arise, we offer the chance to possibly go through the CMA class or the Certified Medication Aid class. We currently had one person just go through, and we're putting one person through now. We're preparing to put someone else through our restorative aid class. So there's always opportunities for growth when you're in the medical field at any point.
Yeah, very cool. What is restorative aid?
They're the ones that go in and help get them like skilled residents. So if they have, like if they hurt their knee, they're the ones that are helping them strengthen their body.
Almost like a little bit physical therapy
Yeah.
or something. Yeah. Okay.
We also have physical therapy in-house too.
Just got it all.
We try.
It is a one-stop shop.
So there's a real steadiness to this kind of work. You know, there's always going to be people who need care. That stability can provide a sense of safety for employees in the healthcare industry.
Well, for me, it kind of helps a little bit because there are other shifts available. So if I know something's coming up, like one of my kids' birthdays or something, I know that I have, if there's available shifts, I can pick those up, make the money I need in order to supplement my normal pay to accommodate for that. And that's always appreciative of my employers. And then also Columbia Basin, even with the pandemic, they helped us with, the prices going up and everything. They gave us bonuses to help with that, reflect on financial stuff that was going on. So like I said, I feel like they hand in hand helped us through a lot of that, and that helped with a lot of my stress during that situation, and so I'm appreciative to them for all of that as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
I also feel like if you have a job in the medical field, any job, you are going to have a job all the time. That's not ever going to change. I also feel like if there are people that are looking for a direction to go, being a CNA is a great way to go. Our starting pay is $22 an hour. You don't get that just anywhere for 6 weeks of education.
No, you don't. Yeah, that's very
Pretty
true.
great,
That's
right?
an excellent point. So this certification, can you speak to what kind of impact the trainings that Columbia Basin offers can have on your career moving forward? You know, how is this a jumping on point for people who are interested in healthcare?
I've seen people working there for almost 7 years. People step in as CNAs, NAs, then further up to CNAs, and then MAs, and then as they're continuing their education to be a nurse. And so we've seen people step in and just grow. We've had nurses that have come in that had started as CNAs and shared their experiences with us. And so it's just nice to see other people that have furthered their education and they share their knowledge with us and encourage us to keep furthering our education as well. So that's always great to see as well.
And how many of those scholarships do you usually give out every year?
We give out both in-house and external employees. So anyone that wants to get that will apply at the facility, and then we typically give about 4 to 6 out a year.
Got it. And are those specifically for like healthcare students who are looking to go into healthcare careers?
Anything in the medical field.
Anything in the medical field.
Yeah.
Very cool. So I'm curious, how many of those people who do receive those scholarships end up becoming Columbia Basin employees?
We actually retain a lot of them shortly after they get it. One thing I really love about Columbia Basin is I love to promote training. So anyone that comes in, sometimes they're already in nursing school, and then we'll jump out and ask them if they want the opportunity to come to Columbia Basin after that. And that would be for the external recipients.
Yeah, very cool. And I think we have someone here, Carrie, who has actually received some of those professional development opportunities, right?
Yes.
Awesome. So can you speak to a little bit about what it was like to go through that program?
Sure. When I first started, I had worked at a facility, but just as a caregiver. And then the more I'd been there, I was asked to maybe come to Columbia Basin and maybe take the class and get my own certification for it and understand more. And so they provided me with the class to go through and learn everything I needed. And then once I'd been there for a while, they introduced me to the CMA class and asked me if I wanted to go through that as well. And they paid for me to go through that, and they've helped me through every step of the way to further my education with that. So it was great opportunities.
Yeah, that's really cool. Has it really changed your life in some way or benefited your career?
Definitely. I am a single mom, and there have been when I first started with them, the CMA class, it was just not working at that moment because my kids did have sports, but they let me wait and take the next class. So they understood what I was going through. And we do have sick time available. You're always welcome to trade with staff. Like if you need a day off or know they need, we have a good team that understands family and always willing to swap out. And if someone can't make it, maybe trade with them or come in, and those are always helpful as well. And no one, I feel like I'm not put down. Like if something happens, we want to be supportive for each other, and the support team is very much appreciated, I believe. Well, in my situation, I think, and many others.
Yeah, very cool. So you feel like you have a good, healthy work-life balance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where we work, we're always offered counseling. Like if we feel like we're just like over the limit, we always have people checking up on us. Like, how are you feeling? Do you need help with anything? And those are always heartfelt and understanding. And that helps a lot too.
And my other understanding about why this work is very cool for people who need kind of flexible hours is you kind of set your schedule like a month in advance. You like give them your availability and then they work with that. Is that right?
Correct. So we allow everyone to schedule themselves. We just have certain parameters that need to be met. So as a full-time employee, you would need to pick up 4 weekend shifts. Not 4 weekends, 4 weekend shifts. As a part-time employee or casual, you would just need 2 weekend shifts.
Yeah. So the shift work makes it super flexible. I can see why that would be really attractive to some people. Is this very different from what other healthcare providers are doing? Or is this How do you make it your own at Columbia Basin?
So we allow them, since we do allow them to self-schedule, that means they don't have the required 4-on-2-off rotation or 3-on-2-off rotation. As long as they're fitting their time within the parameters that we require, then they can be as flexible as they want.
Do either of you have any parting thoughts for us? You might encourage someone else to pursue this career, or things you would want others who are pursuing this career to know?
I would say that I just love watching my peers as I do kind of make the last few days the happiest for others. And if you have a big heart, like we're a great team to mesh with. We all have that big, fun, loving spirit to work with our residents. And if you have that as well, we'd love to invite you to be with us in that journey. It's a powerful and loving lifestyle that we all love living. And if someone else has that, we would love to interact with that as well.
This girl's pretty incredible.
I think everybody at our work is pretty incredible. I don't like to cook, and we have great people that can cook so good.
Right?
That's great. Well, thank you so much, Anita and Carrie, for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you to our listeners for joining us. If you are interested in careers in healthcare, please visit Columbia Basin's website at colbasin.com for more information about career opportunities and learn how you can make a difference in rural healthcare today. Until next time, this is Cole Goodwin signing off.